Kick is up, has the accuracy, and it is good. Jake Bates throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash, for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun. Back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Bunched up. Tua to throw. Has time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Pass midfield. Spinning his way. Pass to 35 to 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my, making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello, everybody, and welcome on in. Week 13 continues this Sunday. We'll kick things off with the Dolphins taking on the Saints. Dolphins coming off of their bye week. They're getting Darren Waller and Austin Jackson back. There's a very small possibility of them winning out and still getting a playoff spot. And all that begins today. The Saints are going to be without Alvin Kamara, but they do have Chris Olave. And also, it's a bit of a rainy one down in Miami for this one. Going to be a bit interesting to see how that plays in, what kind of factor that plays into this. We shall see. We're moments away from kickoff, so welcome on in. And as always, with the Sunday slate, if there's another game on that I'm really interested in, I'll have it on in the background. Today, that's going to be Colts-Texans. So I'm keeping up with that game as well. But main focus here is on the Dolphins and Saints. This game is going to be something, to say the least. No real expectations for it, besides, hopefully Miami can get the win. They should be able to handle this game pretty easily. But knowing this team, there is nothing easy, especially in a season like this. So time will tell. Yep, welcome on in. Few minutes away from kickoff here. In the first of 3 games I'll be live with today. I was going to go live with Bills Steelers and Sunday Night Football Broncos Commanders. So we'll see how all that plays out. We will see. But again, this is one of those where even if they get the win, if it's a close game at all throughout this, I'm not going to be too thrilled. This is a game that Miami should be able to handle, especially with how they've played leading up to their bye week, winning 3 of their last 4. Good morning. It's a weird one. I drove back up to this area, this setup yesterday. So I was tired most of the day yesterday. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. that game's later, which it's a whatever. I mean, I'm excited to see how Max Brosmer plays, but at the same time, I'm more interested in that game for Seattle because I'm expecting them to play really well in that. At the same time, though, if Brosmer in his first start plays pretty well for the Vikings, it's gonna be quite a few conversations to be had. I do as well. I am open for Seattle to just dominate that game. That I'll probably have that on in the background alongside Bills Steelers. And they're showing the pregame sites. It was downpouring in Miami, but excited the skies have cleared a bit. It is still not going to be the best wet. Still not going to be the best turf. Might be some slipping going on. We'll see. It's also now very humid after all that. So the Dolphins will get the ball first in this one. Since the college football season has ended, they've brought out the aqua end zones that look really nice. And I hope one day it can become just the full-time end zones. Saints wearing the all blacks in this one. Okay, Miami, I see how you're handling this. It's not hot and sunny, but it is still humid with some sun going through, so gonna play a factor in some degree. Yeah, I like Miami getting the ball first. See what the offense has in store. Hopefully, Achan is a big factor in this one due to the weather, but we'll see. As kickoff is underway, going to be returns beginning from about the 6. As zoom out past the 20-25 down to about the 20, about the 30-31. Not a bad return. So out comes Tua Tagovailoa for the first time in about 2 weeks. This Dolphins team will be playing. And, you know, those stats look a lot better in November than I remember them being. Miami is typically not a great team in November and December. But they just showed Tua stats in November, and those look pretty solid. We'll see. Tua in shotgun. Toss right side to Devon Achan's going to get spaced out past the 35 to about the 38, maybe 39. All right. Solid gain on first down. Seems like they're still going with an occasional 6 lineman set, which is perfect. Okay, so Austin Jackson, his first game back since week 1. Darren Waller, he's back off IR. So we'll see what kind of role those two have. Obviously, Austin Jackson being thrown right back into the starting right tackle role, replacing Larry Borum. So the offensive line hopefully is a little bit better. That's the blind side. You want that to block pretty well. It's a 2nd and 2 coming up. That's very fair. And that's the game that would probably need some derailing. I have no expectations for Broncos Commanders tonight. That game is going to be an ugly one. Oh, Devon Godshaw's on the Saints. I forgot about that. A bit of a revenge game for him. Tua in shotgun, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Cannon in motion, left to right. Going to hand this off up the middle, and there's space for Jalen Wright to get the first down and then some. Past the 45 to about the 46. All right. Hey, if again, use the 3 running backs that you have. Because you have 3 really talented running backs. So yeah, the rain probably did not help, but the stands look a bit empty in Miami for this one. I'm not too surprised by it. The rain did not help, definitely. Tua under center, back behind him too, receiving options to each side. Ball from about the 47. Gonna play action and look to throw. Tua with some time, stepping right, trying to avoid pressure, and brought down back at the 37. It's Cameron Jordan on the sack. Ugh. All right, so first pass in play does not go according to plan. There's good coverage on the back end. Yeah. Well, loss of 10? Loss of 8. Yeah. Yeah, you can't put Cameron Jordan one-on-one with a fullback. What? I like what's the, that play call should not exist. Yeah. Tua in shotgun, 3 receiving options to the left. Ball on the 39. Looking to throw once again. Quick pass right side. Caught by Waller. Has space past midfield to about the plus 48. All right, he got those yards right back and then some. Yeah. Exactly. That would be the idea for it. And even then, Broncos Commanders isn't a... My focus for that game isn't even on those two teams specifically. I'm watching Broncos Commanders as a UCF fan and an RJ Harvey fan exclusively. I want him to have a great game tonight. At 3rd and 5, Tua in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Man in motion, right to left. And he bobbles the low snap, picks it up and looks to throw. Pressure coming, pass over the middle, wide open receiver. The 40, 35, and down inside the 30 to the 29. It's Malik Washington on the reception. And a broken down play ends up going for about 15. Yeah, bad snap from Brewer. Tua corrals it after it sits on the ground for a second. The pocket holds up beautifully. And he's able to find a wide open Malik Washington. Having a pocket like that consistently is going to be great. Officially ruled a gain of 19 for Malik Washington. Ball now inside the 30, Tua under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left, man in motion into the backfield to act as a fullback. Now tight end send in motion, left to right. Tua's going to toss this right side for Achane. Trying to get the sideline, has space. 20, 15, 10, 5, Devon Achane's in. Open and drive, touchdown for Miami, 29 yards. Devon Achane, man. Easily one of the most impactful players on this Dolphins offense. He gets us on the board first. There we go. Love it. And that's exact. I wanted him to be involved early on in this game. I really wanted the ground game as a whole to be involved. And they ran the ball in the first 3 plays of this one. Good blocking. There was a Saints player that completely didn't even try to tackle Achane there despite having the angle for it. Out comes Riley Patterson for the extra point. It is up, and Miami has a 7-point lead early. Hell yeah. Open and drive touchdown. Love to see it. And for it to be Devon Achane, that's fantasy points. Yeah, who is that? Oh, Sauce Gardner's getting hubbed off the field. Alright, I need to see who this Saints player was. Alontae Taylor made a business decision. He had a good angle on Achane on the outside, but he didn't even try to block him. Seemed like he was more so focused on just getting him go inside when he had no help. That's not going to look good on the film tomorrow. Depends on if you mean like bad in terms of non-competitive. Hopefully, really, and hopefully Miami just runs away with this one. If you mean bad as that's the only touchdown both sides scored today, probably not. Hopefully. I'm hoping blowout. And that opening drive, Miami had one somewhat bad play on the opening drive, and that was the 8-yard sack. But even then, it was only a bad play because of the blocking assignments being bad. Like, you can't have Alec Ingold one-on-one blocking with Cam Jordan. You just can't. But, like, the pocket held up pretty well. There was rush lanes for Achane and Jalen Wright aplenty. Waller got involved early. I loved seeing that. Malik Washington had a nice play on 3rd down. That's exactly the opening drive you wanted. As we're at commercial break. Matthew Stafford, 28th passing touchdown in a row without an interception. Rams are up early over Carolina. What the? Oh, I need to see this throw again. Oh my Goddamn Matthew Stafford. What a throw. I wish I could show this. Matthew Stafford, or even early on in his career, he did a ton of great no-look passes. The touchdown he just threw might have been the best one I've ever seen. He was everything about his mechanics and his eyes will go in goal line fade to Devontae Adams, and he threw that slant like it was nothing. Yeah, usually, but you never know. Well, as we're just coming back from commercial break, kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 3. Room out past the 20, 25 to about the 26, maybe 27. Saints will start from there. I'm just hoping that, I mean, obviously, like, maybe hopefully not a blowout, but like if Miami can win this game comfortably by 2 scores, I'll feel fine with it. I just don't want this game to come down to like a Hail Mary in 3 seconds remaining stuff. I would love that to be the score. Shotgun back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side, looking to throw. Quick pass right side, caught by Olave, can get down to about the 31. So a gain of roughly 3 or 4. All right. So Shuck under center, back behind him. 2nd and 6, gonna hand this off left side on an end around. That's gonna get blown up for a loss of 2. Zach Zeeler and Mika Fitzpatrick combined for the tackle. As yeah, they blanketed that pretty well. Looking for some blocking to open up, and nothing did. It'll be a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. I'll be happy with 31-20 as well. I just don't want it to be like 30-27. All right, Shuck and shotgun, 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on roughly the 29.5-yard line. Miami looking like they're stacking the box. Shuck looking to throw. Has some time, pass right side, going to be caught, but tagged down at the 35. Only a gain of 5 when they needed 7. And the Saints go 3 and out to begin the game. Hell yeah. I don't think the Rams would win by that much, but yeah, they should win that game pretty easily. Especially if Matthew Stafford is going to be throwing touchdown passes like that. Sauce Gardner, questionable to return with a calf injury. That's going to be tough for that Colts defense. And so the Saints go 3 and out on their opening drive. Hunt comes off clean. Going to be fair caught at the 17-yard line. I'm fine with that. All right, now this game, how close this game will be decided on this next drive. Miami has struggled this season getting to a 2-score lead and keeping it. If they can get this to a 14-0 and then follow it up by another good defensive series, I'm gonna be so lax the rest of the day. As we're at commercial break. Okay, Stroud. Gonna be a penalty against the Colts coming up. It'll be 1st and goal for Houston. All right, at commercial break still. Oh, the spider? What kind of spider? That kind of. And yeah, Stroud is back. And Houston on the opening drive has a first and goal at the 5. They're moving the ball pretty well against this Colts defense, especially with Sauce being out for the time being. Overthrown. I don't know. I called 3 games with the laptop and the chat being in front of me, and now that it's back to being off to the side here due to being in this setup, it's gonna be a bit of a hassle to keep remembering to look to my right. I only got like 4 or 5 games to call back in here before we're in the other setup for the rest of the year. Yeah, I mean, him being back to rookie level is not the worst. As they're going Wildcat from the 5. Okay, Houston. I mean, this feels like a game for Houston where they don't need to do too much with it. As we're just getting back from commercial break. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wouldn't say he was peak in his rookie year. He did have some issues, but he was definitely better in his rookie season than he was last year. Tua under center, back behind him, going to hand this off up the middle, and that's going to get past the 20 to about the 20 and a half, maybe 21-yard line. It is Achane on the carry. Not a bad way to start the drive. Yeah, Miami went from using 6 O-lineman sets went from not using 6 O-lineman sets at all through the first 7. And then on their 4 games entering the bye, when they won 3 of 4, they now have one of the higher 6 lineman set usage rates in the NFL. I mean, it's a bit late to make that adjustment, but at least they made it at some point. Tua rolling to his left, looking to throw. Passing left side, going to be just off the mark and incomplete. Looking for Cedric Wilson. Going to be a 3rd and 8. Would have liked to see Tua taking himself a bit there. He could have gotten at least 3 yards. But whatever, it's fine. Yeah, he definitely could have gotten a few yards there. That's one where you kind of want him to take it himself and just slide after like a yard, after 2 or 3 yards. Just making a more manageable 3rd. Oh, should Titans score first? Hell yeah. But if Tennessee wins that game. Tua alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, looking to throw. As time passed, left side going to be off the mark and incomplete. Maybe some miscommunication there between him and Waddle. But that's been one of the issues with Miami this season. They're up to a 7-0 lead. They get the ball back in some pretty fine started field position, and then they go 3 and out themselves and give the Saints a chance. Him and Waddle. Yeah, okay. Waddle and Achane bump into each other there a bit, which caused Waddle to get to a spot late, and that's why it was incomplete. Still would have liked to see a handoff on like 2nd or 3rd, like 2 or like some type of run, but whatever. Punt comes off clean up past the 30 to about the 34. Again, that's the case where on 2nd and 8, if Tua takes it himself and gets 3 yards, you set yourselves up a lot better for 3rd down, but it's whatever. Hopefully the defense can make a stand. Yeah. I mean, what was the pull up the scores? Was it the Tennessee getting in the end zone first? That was a field goal. Okay. Yeah. I mean, with the thing with Philly is again, it's clear they have the talent because they just won a Super Bowl. You just need to shake up that offense a bit, and hopefully Petula gets fired at some point. It kind of feels like he needs to. I'm somewhat used to it. But it's also like when you can see that your team has the talent with it and you're still not performing up to a standard. Then it feels a bit like, oh, you're the Chiefs fan. Yeah, I mean, the same goes to the Chiefs. Same goes to the Chiefs. What I was saying with the Eagles a bit. Yeah, it's like you can tell the Chiefs have talent because they were just in the Super Bowl. There's something missing with that team, and I think the offseason is going to be very interesting for the Chiefs. Yeah, the offseason is going to decide kind of what path they're going on in the future. I know Kelsey said he's going to make his decision before free agency starts. With that, I think Andy Reid's going to have a decision to make at some point as well because he's just getting up there in age. Yeah, again, last season was something special for Minnesota, but it wasn't made to last. Seemingly, same goes with what the Lions had. As we're just getting back from commercial break. All right, can this defense hold up once again? Yeah. That's what, like, the past few years with Miami is like at least I had the Heat and the Florida Panthers to go off of. Suck play action looking to throw. Pressure coming, rolling to his right. And just going to shovel this one forward. That's caught for a gain of about 6. They lucky to get 6 on that one. Is Foster Moreau on the reception. But really, it should have been a loss of a few. Jordan Brooks and Matt Judon were a half second away from getting in there on Tyler Shuck. All right, so they ruled it a gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Shuck under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left, going to hand this off up the middle, breaks off 1 tackle, but still going to be brought down behind the line. Bradley Chubb in there first, couldn't quite bring him down. And then it's Jordan Brooks to get it for a loss of 1. Jordan Brooks has been on fire this season, as that was Devin Neal with the carry. Yeah. ESPN's site and their app is not good. I mainly use it because I like that they have the depth chart feature that other apps don't. But yeah, it's not a fun app to utilize. Or site. Shuck and shotgun back to his right, looking to throw in 3rd and 4. Has time, pass left side, incomplete! Tyrell Dodson forces it loose against Jawan Johnson, and the Saints go 3 and out on back-to-back drives. All right, the defense does exactly what they needed to once again, it feels. Can the offense please get points? Yeah, not a great pass from Shuck. Dodson lays a nice hit to force it loose. And the Saints will punt. Just need the offense. All right, the punt comes off clean. And it's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Miami will begin from the 20. All right, so we're going to have good starting the field position as we head to commercial break. 6.5 to play in the first quarter. Just get points. Just get points. Don't let the Saints of all teams hang around, as Daniel Jones was just sacked on 3rd down. Just don't let the Saints of all teams hang around. Get an early 2-score lead and put them in the dirt. I mean, like with them fixing this,
I think it's tough to fix. It's tough to fix something like this late into the season when you can't just turn to a coordinator. Like if it was the defense for the Chiefs that was primarily struggling, you could just fire Steve Spagnuolo and hope that something changes then. But because it's the offense and Andy Reid is the constructor of the offense, there's not much you can really change because you're not going to fire Andy Reid. Maybe you can get rid of Matt Nagy, but I think most of what's going to be changing with this Chiefs team is going to be stuff done in the offseason because there's just not much you can really change right now unless you want to hope that like someone from a practice squad can really step up. Yeah, it's a case of like try again next season. You're gonna be able to. You're gonna have a lot more money to spend next season, assuming that Kelsey is going to retire. That it feels very likely he's going to. So you're probably going to revise his contract and then save some money there. So you could bring in like another true receiving option. Because that's the main thing is the Chiefs need a main receiving option that plays a consistent 17 game season. Because Xavier Worthy, for as good as he is, he's gotten injured. He got injured this season early on and missed a few weeks. Rashee Rice got suspended and missed the first 6 weeks, and it was really those early weeks that cost the Chiefs a lot in this season. Oh, Kelsey's also a free agent after this year, so that stuff about the money with him is not going to matter. Unless you re-sign him. All right, back from commercial break. Tua under center, back and fullback behind him. A toss right side for Achane. Gonna get stood up at the line for no gain. That's a great tackle. Yeah, that's a great tackle. Achane tries to cut inside and just completely gets stood up. All right, 2nd and 10. Tua under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on the 20. Man in motion left to right. Going to look to throw. Pass right side going to be caught for a screen. That's going to get tripped up and gain about a yard from Malik Washington. Had the blockers out there, if he didn't get tripped up, he probably gets a first or at least gets closer to it. Instead, it's a 3rd and 9. Now you have to pass. Oh, Chuba Hubbard, 35-yard touchdown to tie the game. Rams-Panthers about to be a shootout, isn't it? All right, 3rd and 9. Tua in shotgun. 4 receivers, 2. Someone's coming off the field. Yeah, there's going to be a penalty on Miami. Too many men in the huddle. It'll be a 3rd and 14. That's a bad penalty to get there. And it's the same. You get that fantastic opening drive. And you're given chance after chance to extend this lead and put the Saints away early. You're just making your own mistakes. All right, so Tua in shotgun. Back to his right, tight end in the backfield to his left, looking to throw. Saints send pressure. Tua stepping up, trying to buy some time, but not great blocking. He's sacked. Miami goes 3 and out on back-to-back drives. It's Cameron Jordan for his 2nd already of the game. Yeah, it's what Saints send 5 and Jordan beats a double team up the middle. All right, so the punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 38. Room out past the 40, out of bounds to the 44. Really about to play a field position battle with the New Orleans Saints. Come on, man. Don't love this start. Yeah, again, you had that opening drive touchdown. That was perfection. Borderline perfection. And then since then, you've done nothing offensively. All right, ball on their own 44. First and 10 for New Orleans. Chuck under center, back behind him, two receiving options to each side. 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. Man in motion left to right. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be a gain of maybe a yard. All right. Second and 9. Shuck under center, back behind him, two receiving options to each side. Man in motion left to right. Going to play action and look to throw. Shuck with time. Stepping up and sacked back at the 40. There we go. It's Zeke Biggers, the rookie defensive tackle, his first career sack. And the Dolphins have a third and long coming up. Wait, what happened there? All right, third and 14. Duck and shotgun back to his left. Going to look to throw once again. Stepping up in the pocket, trying to roll right. Dump off right side for Juwan Johnson. Going to get past midfield, then brought down right about at midfield. Dolphins force another 3 and out, but the Saints might go for it from here. Oh, a fumble on a kick return. Hey. Yeah, I pulled up the play-by-play stuff. Yeah, Tennessee fumbled the kick return. Runner was initially ruled down by contact, but the challenge overturned it, and it's Jaguars ball. That's crazy. I know, they're going to punt this one away. So punt comes off clean for New Orleans. Going to be fair caught at the 11-yard line. All right, this defense is giving the offense every opportunity imaginable to just extend the lead. Or at least kill more time. Just don't go 3 and out. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter, we head to a commercial break. Special team mishaps from Tennessee. That's unfortunate. Since we're nearing the end of the first quarter, 49ers up 7-0 over Cleveland. Jacksonville up 7-3 over Tennessee. Texans up 3-0 over the Colts. Tied game between the Jets and Falcons at the end of the first quarter. Also tied game between the Cardinals and Buccaneers in the second quarter. Both of those are at 0-0. And then Rams and Panthers are tied at 7. With still time to play in the first. What's been happening in this Jets-Falcons game? That sounds terrible. 3 punts. Got it. Yeah, but at the same time, Tennessee has had games this season where they were competing in them till the very end. So it feels like that one of these weeks against a decent to good team, they're gonna be able to get the job done and the ball will bounce their way. Seemingly not, but who knows? There's still plenty of game left. It's still that commercial break. And there's the AFC playoff picture with Miami being in the hunt. A win today puts them a game behind Kansas City and Baltimore. Tua looking to throw in first and 10. Pass right side, going to be caught and going to get... breaks off some tackles and has room. The 20, 25, and out of bounds at the 27. Cedric Wilson on the reception. Turning something out of nothing there. And the Dolphins get a first down. That definitely should not have been a gain of, 15. But I'll take it. Yeah, put scripted to the 10 times speed. Tua in shotgun, going to look to throw once again. Pass left side, has a man open, it's Waller! Pass midfield to the 45, the 40, and down to the 39. Darren Waller puts Miami into enemy territory for the first time since the opening drive. And he was left all alone on the outside. How do you leave him wide open? Yeah, just completely blown coverage. Not the best of passes, but it gets the job done. But that's the type of plays that you should be seeing a lot more often with this Dolphins team. A gain of 34. Tua under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Man in motion right to left. Going to toss this up the middle for Ollie Gordon, who's going to fight his way to about the 31. A gain of 8. 2nd and 2 coming up. And that might be the final play of the first quarter. Yeah, the Titans part of the reason why the Titans aren't technically eliminated yet is also because their division has just been very up in the air this season. For somehow. They're not they might be eliminated for divisional hunts by now, but the fact they're not in the playoffs goes to that. Toss up the middle is going to get the first down and then some up to about the 25 for Devon Achane, and that will be the end of the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books. Miami gets the opening drive touchdown. And nothing has happened since, but they're moving the ball pretty well as we head to commercial break. All right, not a terrible first quarter. I have seen worse from this team. Still feels like they've missed a few opportunities, but the defense has held strong. Yeah, also, the thing with the Giants is they were eliminated the earliest any team has been under eliminated the earliest any team has been under the 16 or 17 game season stuff. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it was last week they were still technically in it. Which if Tennessee, I doubt it will happen, but if Tennessee can get to 5 wins on the season, I think you're feeling fine with that. 4 or 5 wins. I think you're fine with how the season has progressed. Because this was never a season about on paper success, and more so just seeing what you have in the young roster you have, and going from there. Yeah. I think can't Tennessee get eliminated today from the playoffs though? I would think so because they would need 7 wins to get in. Yeah, and also get in the number 1 pick as well. Because if Tennessee get in the number 1 overall pick and they trade that back for pick 3 or 4, and you pair Cam Ward with the best receiving talent available, which I think at this point might be a Cardell Tate. What is the current draft rankings? Jordan Tyson's another name that's coming up a bit with this. Yeah, there's definitely options to pair Cam Ward with a really talented receiver, or just continue building the offensive line. Yeah. All right, back from the commercial break. Ball just inside the 25. Tua in shotgun. Going to hand this off up the middle for Achane. He gets to about the 21. Gain of 4. I know. We're getting to the point slowly where I'm going to start diving more into draft prospects for videos to be released right after the season ends. Yeah. Tua in shotgun. Back to his left, looking to throw in 2nd and 6. Has time. Pass left. Side's a dangerous one and luckily falls incomplete. Going for a 50-50 ball to Malik Washington and just never really had a chance on that. Now, if he threw it back shoulder where he has the leverage on it, maybe that gets 6. But that doesn't feel like the throw to be made there, Tua. Especially when Gordon's opening the flat on that side as well. Yeah, I think if you're going to throw it there, you kind of have to go back shoulder. All right, 3rd and 6. You're in field goal range. Just don't do anything stupid. Tua in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, going to look to throw. Pressure comes quick. Tua avoids 1, escapes to his left somehow, and just going to throw this one away incomplete. I'm fine with it. But instant pressure off the left side. And then Aaron Brewer nearly brings him down. So the Saints bend but don't break. Miami has a field goal try coming up from about 37 yards out. Yeah, just yeah. Yeah, not great blocking there. I think that's one where Patrick Paul picked the outside guy when probably should have picked that inside. It's fine. 39-yard attempt from the left hash to give Miami a 2-score lead. It is up, and it is good by Riley Patterson. All right. And that's all I wanted on that drive was points. You finally get that 2-score lead and able to go from there. Your defense is playing really well at the moment. Have them keep playing with a lead, extend the lead. Not a great way to finish that drive, but you'll take it. Oh, Sauce Gardner already ruled out. Damn. Goddamn Tennessee. Ugh. They're a tough team to watch. I'm kind of glad I haven't had to watch a full game of theirs this season. God, Jacksonville, why? There's no need to go for 2 there. That's just being petty. Jeez. Alright, we're at commercial break. The Carolina Panthers are up 14-7 after a Matthew Stafford pick 6. He has thrown 2 interceptions in this game after the incredible touchdown he threw. Also, for tomorrow night, I'm probably going to at least have my headphones on off to the side here because we're expected to get an exclusive look at season 2 of the Percy Jackson show during tomorrow night's game, and I'm really fucking excited for that. We're like a week out from that releasing, and it's not very often I get excited for TV shows. Yeah, we're at commercial break. Yeah, come from behind win. There's a chance with it. Though, how has Trevor Lawrence been playing so far? Pretty damn solid, so I kind of doubt it. Unless he completely falls off in this game. It's going to be a tough road to climb for Tennessee. Hey, Houston needs to focus a bit on their game. They're only up 3-0 still against the Colts. Or is that going to be where he takes points from himself to give to Tennessee to make the comeback, and then they end up winning like 6-0. As we're just getting back from commercial break. All right, a 10-0 lead over New Orleans. Can this defense have another solid series? Kind of the question with this. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 2. Gets room out past the 15, past the 20, 25, 30, 35, and out of bounds at the 30. Out of bounds at the 38. Miami wanted a holding penalty, but nothing flown. So some pretty solid starting field position for the Saints. So yeah, they're showing highlights of the last time the Saints played a game in Miami, and that was good old Super Bowl 44 when they won against the Colts. They have not played in Miami in, what would that be? Damn near 20 years, 16 years. As Shuck alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Looking to throw, pass right side, can be caught by Foster Moreau, and he's going to get about 6. Yeah, that's a fun tidbit with this game. Is the Saints have not played in Miami in 16 years. Because, again, it's the every 4-year matchup thing with the divisions. So in 2013, the game was in New Orleans. 2021, that game was in New Orleans. And in 2017, it was supposed to be in Miami, but that made that an international game. 2nd and 4, Shuck going to hand this off up the middle. And that's going to be space for a first down up to about the 49. That's the Saints' first down of the game. All right. Shuck going to hand this off up the middle once again, and that'll be a gain of about a yard or so. Jordan Phillips on the tackle there. Great job from the Rook. Shuck looking to throw in 2nd and 8. Ball comes loose. Miami has it. It's Zach Zeeler to the 38. There's the defense having another fantastic series, getting the offense the ball back. Mika Fitzpatrick off the safety blitz. Shuck never saw him coming off the left side. No one saw him coming. Untouched, basically. And yeah, that ball comes loose. And then Zach Zeeler picks it up. There we go. Hey, this defense, man, playing fantastically today so far. Love it. Again, that's just simply nicely dialed up blitz. New Orleans never saw it coming. Tua in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, gonna send one of them in motion towards the left. Tua gonna look to throw. Has some time. Deep shot left side, and it's gonna be intercepted in the end zone. Looking for Waddle. If that ball was placed more so towards the sideline, he might have him. Instead, it's Kool-Aid McKinstry with the interception. The Saints get the ball right back. Just hand it off after you get the fumble, man. Come on. I don't hate the throw. I hate the location of it. He put too much into it. I don't hate the throw. I hate the play call. Like, you just got a massive fumble by the defense. Run the ball or do something shorter. You don't need to go for it all in one play. I understand wanting to, but you're up by 10. You don't need to. All right, so Shuck and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Ball on the 20. as the two teams just traded turnovers. Handoff up there, gonna keep it himself right side, gonna slide down at the 20. So no gain on the play for New Orleans. All right, so shuck and shotgun back to his left, two receivers to each side. 2nd and 10 from their own 20, going to look to throw. Quick pass is tipped at the line and incomplete. All right, 3rd and 10 coming up. It was tipped by Zeke Biggers. No, Benito Jones it was tipped by. It'll be a 3rd and 10. And we have a penalty before the snap. And with Miami calling timeout, yeah, Miami calls their first timeout before the penalty. I guess it would have been too many men or something. I don't know. Either way, that's going to bring us to a commercial break. That's true. Sadly, that is true. Like, that also just goes into the play call. Like, I like the idea of getting it to Waddle on 1st down after a fumble, but you don't have to take a deep shot with it. It was only a 30-second break, so shuck and shotgun back to his left, two receiving options to each side. 3rd and 10 from their own 20, looking to throw. Quick pass right side, gonna be incomplete. Oh, but that's a late hit. Oh, no penalty. Willie Gay in coverage against Juwan Johnson. The ball comes loose due to the coverage, and then he gets laid out. Yeah, he gets laid out, but I believe that's Ashton Davis. But I guess they're saying it was a clean enough hit. Or I guess, yeah, ball tipped. So the Saints go 3 and out even after the fumble. Yeah, it was just shoulder to chest. So they're saying it wasn't unnecessary roughness. I will take it, but I thought for sure that was going to be called. All right, the punt comes off clean. And it's going to... Oh, that should be... It gets out of bounds near the 30. And he never called fair catch, so it's not fair catch interference. But yeah, Malik Washington gets hit as that ball's arriving. As the Colts get stuffed on 4th and 1. Refs are discussing this. We'll see, but either way, it's gonna be a Miami ball. Oh, now there is a penalty marker down. God, this game's a mess. And it's not even because of the teams. There we go. Kick catch interference against the Saints. Gonna put Miami around midfield. And maybe the 45-ish. Also, the Colts tried a QB sneak with Tyler Warren, it seems, but he did not get that snap clearly, and it went like 5 yards into the backfield. So the running back, so Jonathan Taylor had to pick it up instead, and he was stuffed. Yeah, that commercial break was only a 30-second one when you showed highlights. This one's a legitimate commercial break. The first play of the Texans drive, Stroud throws an interception. All the games just drunk today? What's going on? What is happening in the NFL right now? 49ers still only up 7-0 over Cleveland. Jacksonville up 15-3 over Tennessee. Texans up 3-0 over the Colts. Jets up 7-0 over the Falcons. Buccaneers up 3-0 over the Cardinals. And a tied game 14-14 between the Rams and Panthers. What's happening in this 49ers-Browns game? That's my confusion. Purdy is thrown fine. Can't get a ground game going. How is Cleveland's drive stalled out? Because their box score stuff's looking fine. Turnover and downs. Okay. And then 5 and 7 play punts. All right. Cleveland's moving the ball, it seems, somewhat well. All right, just getting back from commercial break. 11:35 to play in the first half. This Miami defense is playing fantastically right now. This is the opportunity for the offense. Ball on their own 49-yard line, just at about midfield. This is your chance here to really put the Saints in the dirt. Or are they going to be able to? Tua in shotgun, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. As they go 6-0 linemen. Shifting the back to his left. They're going to hand this off right side for Devon Achane. Going to make one man miss and has space past midfield. The 45 and tripped up at the 43. Oh, that's a touchdown saving trip up there. Achane had the room. Oh my, what a catch from Alec Pierce. Oh, but Achane had the space for 6 there. Ugh. It's Alontae Taylor who actually tried to tackle Achane this time, and it worked out. Tua in shotgun, back to his right. Two receiving options to each side. Gonna hand this off left side for Jalen Wright. Has some space for the sideline. Will get enough for the first, past the 40 to the 36 just about. All right, 1st and 10. I like the back-to-back handoffs. I feel like every drive should start that way. Tua in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Ball in the 37. Going to hand this off up the middle for Devon Achane. He gets past the 35 to about the 32. Gain of roughly 5. 3 straight handoffs. Love it. All right, 2nd and 5. Tua in shotgun, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Man in motion, left to right. They're going to hand this off left side. Trying to find some spaces. Ollie Gordon, and he's going to fight his way for a yard, maybe 2, up to the 30. They're going to give him 2. I like the effort to push to get those extra 2 yards. But man, you cut back inside there, you have space for a little bit more. In other ways, 3rd and 3 and you're in field goal range. So, and I've also been really good, been very run heavy, so I'm fine with it. Tua in shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right, looking to throw. Quick pass left side, can be caught by Waddle, and he fights for the first. Jalen Waddle against Kool-Aid McKinstry. He's going to get just enough for the first. And the Dolphins keep the drive going. A gain of 4 exactly. All right. $8:30 to play in the first half. First and 10 from about the 26-yard line. Tua in shotgun, back to his left. Handoff right side, gonna have some space past the 20. Gonna fight his way past the 15 and still going to down to the 10. Devon Achane for 16 yards and another Miami Dolphins first down to keep the chains moving. I love it. Run the ball. It works. Great blocking from Julian Hill as well, and a great effort to help to push Achane along for a few extra yards. I mean, Achane's footwork and just the way he runs, he better get an extension in the offseason. Alright, Tua alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. First and 10 from the 10-yard line. Handoff left side for Achane on an end around. Gonna find space to about the 7-yard line, maybe the 6. I liked the try for deception there from Tua, because Miami has done that behind the back turnaround handoffs and play actions before. So he went behind him, gave it to Achane, and then looked back forward and pretended to throw a pass over the middle. It didn't quite work as expected, but I like the effort. Because one of these days that's going to happen. Welcome back. 7 minutes to play in the first half, 2nd and goal. And Miami's going to call their second timeout. Devon Achane, 4th in the league in rushing yards, entering this week. And he's also one of the better receiving options out the backfield as well, being 2nd amongst running backs in receptions. Again, Devon Achane, he is someone you build an offense around. He should be a Dolphin for life. I don't care what it takes. Do not let that man leave this organization. Hell yeah. You know, I'm not a massive breakfast as a whole person in terms of like pancakes or waffles. I don't really care for pancakes or waffles. But I could still go down on a good pancake or waffle. Why would you prefer waffles more often than not, though? Tua in shotgun. Gonna toss this left side for Achane on 2nd and goal, and he's gonna get stuffed at the line for no gain. I like the play call. Again, just running the ball has worked this drive. Just keep it up until you absolutely have to pass it. Now that is 3rd and goal from the 7, you're gonna have to pass it here. And they're showing 40-yard dashes from Achane's draft class, and he had the fastest amongst running backs. Tua in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. 3rd and goal from the 7, man in motion left to right. Going to look to throw. Pressure coming, pass over the middle is dropped. Oh, they tried the angle route screen to Achane, and it worked. The ball was just a bit too high for Achane, and he has one of his very few drops he's ever had. But that would have been an easy 6. Oh, that would have been a walk-in touchdown. That's bad. That's unfortunate. Achane doesn't drop much, but when he does, it always feels like it always feels like it could have been a great play. 25-yard kick from the left hash is up and good, so Miami extends the lead with 6:07 to play in the first half. Oh, that should have been 6, man. That would have been perfect. Because Achane had the blockers up the middle that you wanted. There's a little bit too high on that path, a little bit too much into it. And you have to settle for a field goal instead. But you still moved the ball well, so I'll take it. But man. Oh yeah, the better shape. I also like how, yeah, again, it's like the syrup pockets each of the squares are. Yeah, just also like waffles. I feel like you can get a solid waffle more consistently than you can a solid pancake. I feel. As we're at commercial break. At commercial break. Yeah, exactly. Yep, at commercial break. Houston's having a solid drive going here. He stepped out of bounds. Yeah, but Houston's gonna have first and goal. Yeah. It's like even with like butter, still feel like a solid waffle beats a solid pancake any day. Still at commercial break. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Yeah, Miami has been in firm control of this game up to this point, so we'll see if they can continue that. As Houston just retook the lead. Retook the lead. 6:07 to play in the half. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 4. Room out past the 20, 25, and down to about the 27, maybe 28. Yeah, the Saints have had 1 first down today in 5 drives. Hey, Tristan Wirfs caught a touchdown pass against Arizona. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Send him my way. Oh, it was Nick Chubb with the touchdown for Houston. Shuck under center, back and fullback behind him. First and 10 from the 28. Tight in motion, right to left. Going to toss this left side. And gonna be stuffed at the line for no gain. It's Evan Hull on the carry. They're gonna give him a yard, so 2nd and 9. But still, this ground game, this Miami ground defense has looked a lot better the past few weeks than it did to begin the season. Now, they are not going against Alvin Kamara. He's out this game, so grain of salt, but you still have to feel pretty good about it. Was that Taysom Hill under center? It might have been. Chuck it in shotgun. 2 receiving options to each side. Back to his left. Going to look to throw. Pressure coming quick, and Shuck escapes one would-be sack and going to slide down for a gain of about 2 or 3. Oh, Bradley Chubb had a free lane to Shuck. Just couldn't bring him down, and now there's a penalty. Chubb needs to finish that sack, though. He gets home, but just couldn't finish it. And it's illegal contact against Miami. 5 yards and an automatic first down. That's the 2nd first down for the Saints all game. Yeah, Chubb gets home. You know what? That's illegal contact, probably because Chubb does not finish the sack and the play gets extended a little bit longer. Chuck under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to play action and look to throw. Has some time. Dump off right side. Can he be caught with space? Down to about the 40 before being brought down, so a gain of about 3 or 4. That's Mason Tipton on the reception, ruling it a gain of 5. Alec Ingold is questionable to return. That's fine. Duck and shotgun back to his left. Going to hand this off right side. And there's going to be space for about 3 or 4. So a third down coming up for New Orleans. It is, I believe that's Devin Neal on the carry. Yeah, 3rd and 2. Four minutes to play in the first half. Cool. Chuck and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. 3rd and 2. Going to hand this off up the middle. And he's going to get the first up to the 49. That's the first third down conversion of the game for the Saints. Ending the penalty. What's the penalty? Be against New Orleans. Be against New Orleans. Be against New Orleans. All right, they picked up the penalty, so it will be a first down. All right. 3:40 remains in the first half. And the clock continuing to roll. Shuck under center, back and fullback behind him. Ball on their own 49. Shuck gonna look to throw. Pressure coming, escaping to his right, trying to buy some time. Still looking, passing right side, going to be caught to the 46. It's Taysom Hill on the reception. Ugh. And the Saints are past midfield for the first time today. Are we letting Taysom Hill make big time plays like that? Chuck under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. 2nd and 5 from the plus 46. Gonna hand this off right side for Neal, and he's going to get stuffed at the line, maybe to give him a yard. Either way, another third down coming up. Yeah, because Stafford threw a pick 6 earlier in that game. I don't think they'll pull off the upset, but it would be kind of funny. It also would put a massive wrinkle in the power rankings. All right, 3rd and 4. Shuck in shotgun. Back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Ball on the plus 45. And there's going to be a stoppage before the snap. The 2-minute warning, or is that Saints timeout? It's the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Miami's still up. Miami still shutting out the Saints. It's 13-0. And we'll see what the Saints can do on 3rd and 4 when we get back from commercial break. All right, that commercial break. Since we're at the 2-minute warning, let's see around the league stats. Browns are up 8-0 over the 49ers with about 15 seconds to play till halftime. 2-minute warning in Tennessee. It's still 15-3 Jacksonville. About 3 minutes to play in the first half between Houston and Indianapolis. It is 10-6 Houston. Jets still lead 7-0 over the Falcons, but they are in the red zone with about 30 seconds to play in the half. 10-0 lead for the Buccaneers at the halftime there against the Arizona Cardinals, pending a field goal try. And then with about a minute to play between the Rams and Panthers until the halftime, it is a 21-17 lead for Los Angeles. Okay. Did I say 8-0? I meant 8-7. They're up 8-7 over the 49ers right now. They are outscoring them 8-0 in the second quarter. Colts have a 4th and 10 right now that they're gonna go for, it seems. They did not have a kick. That's like a 59-yard kick. Do you not have a kicker that can hit that? They're not getting that snap off. It would have been funny, yeah. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Shuck and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. And there's going to be movement before the snap. They get Miami for an encroachment, an automatic first down for New Orleans. Such a bad penalty to take there. Yeah, Jacksonville, Tennessee is still 15-3. Yeah, they get chopped for the early movement. That's a bad one. All right, 1st and 10. The Saints get ball to begin the second half, so they have a chance to double up here, depending on how much time they continue to kill. Duck and shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Ball now on the Dolphins' 40-yard line. Shuck looking to throw. Pressure coming, escaping up the middle, has space. Past the 35 and sliding down at the 32 will be a gain of 8. All right. Yeah, there's 30 yards on this drive compared to 25 on the other 5 they've had. Yeah. Shuck and shotgun. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be enough for a first down as Devin Neal has space inside the 25 to the 24. All right, defense. Come on. The Saints call their first timeout. This is where if the offense just scored once more on one of their other drives that they had a chance to score on, or even a touchdown on the previous, you're feeling a little bit better. Hold them to a field goal, keep it a 2-score game entering the half, and you'll feel fine. 49ers got a field goal? Oh yeah, they did before the half. Hell yeah. And that game is 10-8 at halftime. But I'm sure that's one of those games where it feels like it was actually like a solid lower scoring game. Oh, the Falcons also got a touchdown before the half. Arizona got the field goal. Shuck and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Ball onto the plus 24-yard line. Shuck looking to throw. Pressure coming. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Also, more so pass the left side. The hit forces a bad pass. It's 2nd and 10 coming up. That was a lofter. If only someone was over there. Listen, I want most of these games to be relatively competitive this week. Just to continue the trend that happened from Thanksgiving. Duck alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 2nd and 10 looking to throw. Has time. Pass left side. Intercepted. Go. Past the 40, 45, 50, 45 and down to the 41. Rasul Douglas. His first game back after an injury, and he gets a big-time interception before the half. There we go. Duck tried to fit one towards the sideline. Rasul Douglas read it well. Was looking for Chris Olave, and that ball never had a chance. That ball never had a chance for Olave. Get points before the half. Come on. Rasul Douglas, man, he read that perfectly. Miami has one timeout and a minute to play with ball on the plus 41-yard line. Plus 42. Tua in shotgun, back behind him. Man in motion left to right as they're going to toss this right side for Achane. Has space past the 40, 35 and down to about the 34. And we're going to have a stoppage after the gain of 9. Miami calls their final timeout. The Titans put up 33 unanswered in the fourth. That would be fantastic. As Jacksonville did give up about 29 unanswered to the Texans a few weeks back. The defense was not looking great on that series, but they made the play at the end, and it all works out. Oh, that's cool. They're showing highlights from Palmetto High School. Hell yeah. Northwestern High down in South Florida. That's where Teddy Bridgewater was the head coach for a few years. Tua under center. Gonna toss this left side for Achane. He's gonna get brought down behind the line at the 35. Don't love that play call because now you're kind of in a rough spot. 3rd and 3, and you have to pass because you want to try and get the first, and if not, at least throw an incompletion. Try and get points before the half here. Because the thing if you're gonna pass the ball, you can't get sacked. Yeah. Tua looking to throw in 3rd and 3. Pass right side going to be called with space. Down to the 30. You have to go hurry up here. Malik Washington on the reception. You got the first down. Just go up and spike it. Okay, they're going to let this clock run and spike it with about 3 or 4 seconds just to kick the field goal. I don't hate this. You steal points before the half. There's the spike with about 2 seconds left in the half. So out comes Riley Patterson for the field goal try to give Miami a 16-point lead at the half. All right. Would have liked to be able to get 6 there, but being able to get points at all before the half is great after how the Saints were moving on that drive. It's a 48-yard kick from the right hash for Riley Patterson to put Miami up 16, and the Saints will call timeout. The iced attempt is right down the middle. I just gotta do it again. How did Stroud get the ball off? Just gotta do it again. The 48-yard kick from the right hash. Right before the last play for the half, it is up. And it is right down the middle. Miami has a 16-point lead at the half. The Saints get ball to begin the second half. So what started off looking like it was going to be the Saints getting at least a field goal to make this a 10-point game. Now it's still a 16-point game. That brings us to halftime. Yeah. I mean, the Texans have looked fine in this one so far from what I've seen with it. It's more so their defense still being fantastic, but it's kind of what you were expecting out of things. Oh, Houston's lining up for a Hail Mary here on 4th and 2. Because we're at halftime. But yeah, that's what I was chucking at earlier during the 2-minute warning. Yeah, Houston's gonna Hail Mary this. Stroud looking to throw. Trying to step up, rolling right. And the ball's not going to reach the end zone. Right. Yeah. Trevon Diggs has been designated to return to practice. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Houston still has a 4-point lead at the half, and I believe they get ball to begin the second half. So Houston's feeling fine. So the 49ers up 10-8 at the half. The Jaguars going to be up 15-3 at the half, it seems, unless... Oh, no, Cam Little can be taking a long field goal try. Hold on, let me tune into that game real quick. Oh, no, they went for a Hail Mary? Wait. Yeah, Jacksonville went for a Hail Mary. There's a penalty on this play though. Might be on 10. Oh, there's a brawl going on the Jacksonville sideline between a tight end and someone from the bench. Oh god, things are getting ugly in Tennessee. There's a penalty during the play. There's a penalty after the play. We're gonna see if Jacksonville gets another chance here. Yeah. And also, just getting any type of win in this moment for the Texans is going to be nice, especially against the Colts. So the penalty during the play is going to be a late hit against Tennessee, and then we'll see what happens afterwards. That same tight end that would have gotten the penalty against during the play ripped off someone's helmet from the sideline. We're going to see how this unfolds. I think Jacksonville is going to get a chance at a field goal here, though, with no time remaining. So it says we're at halftime in Miami. Yeah, both fouls on defense, a roughing the passer against Tennessee. So 15 yards and a replay down. And then you have an after the play penalty, which is unsportsmanlike against the Titans, which will be declined. So a 1 untimed down for Jacksonville in field goal range for Cam Little. They beat each other up, but it's one-sided as hell. I have to give that tight end a lot of respect. It was a 1v like 6 on that Jacksonville sideline. He was holding his own. The punter, Logan Cook, stepped in and broke it up. That's funny. And so Cam Little now gets a 45-yard kick here to give Jacksonville a 15-point lead at 15-point lead at the half. It is up, and Cam Little is automatic like that. It's good. All right, so Jacksonville extends the lead at the half, thanks to Tennessee making their own errors. Tie game between the Falcons and Jets at 7 at the half. Buccaneers up 10-3 at the half over Arizona. Rams up 21-17 at the half over Carolina. All right. Second half about to begin between the Browns and 49ers. Let's get this back over to Houston. even though that game's at the half. It's probably going to be something very like minuscule almost. Just show how kind of petty that brawl was on the sideline. Also, was that John Gruden in the stands in Tampa? Wouldn't be completely shocked. Yep, we're at halftime. Can't believe Jets Falcons is a real game going right now, and it's between Tyrod Taylor and Kirk Cousins. That's just a nothing of a game. Jeez. All right. Yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah, the Houston defense, man, it's playing really well right now. As is this Miami defense. So it is against the Saints, but again, I'll take with how the defense has played this year. They forced 2 turnovers in this one. The strip sack fumble earlier, and then the pick right before the half. I would have liked to see Matthew Judon actually lay some wood against Tyler Shuck there on the interception return, but it's fine. He'll get points before the half. Yep, at halftime. Exactly. Like again, this game could have easily been closer, but Miami's defense is playing really well. I'm happy with it. Yeah, could very well lose to New Orleans. But this always felt like one of those games where if you get to 17, you're if you get to 17 against the Saints, you're going to win, it feels. And Miami is basically there. So I'm feeling confident in this game now, especially with shutting them out in the first half. As though it seems to be a windy day in Pittsburgh, as I will be live with Bills Steelers in the 4:25. That is the second game I'll be live with today, and then Sunday Night Football between the Broncos Commanders. 3-game slate to add on to what's already been a pretty busy slate of Week 13. As we await the second half. Yep, at halftime. At halftime. The scenes get balled to begin the second half. Yeah, this Miami defense has been looking really nice. And then they get the Jets next week as well. Miami could have a lot of momentum entering a tough stretch of their schedule. Miami's final month of action is not going to be the easiest. But if they can really handle business against in the second half of this game and against the Jets next week, you're feeling a lot better entering games against New Orleans, Cincy, Tampa, and New England to end the season. We'll see. Because we're getting to that time of year. It was nice earlier as well. It was like in the 70s. Like it's that time of year. It's feeling nice. All right, just coming back out of halftime. The second half kickoff on the way here soon. And we'll see if Miami can hold strong. I'm a Floridian. 39 degrees is really nice. I'm used to year-round 85 to 85 lows. Yeah, and I'll be out there wearing just simply a leather jacket and a pair and some sweatpants and feel great. When I was in Boston this past May, it was in like the 40s as well, and I was in simple shorts and a long sleeve. I love the cold. I love the cold because it don't get cold a lot here. Kickoff underway, going to be bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints will begin from the 35. Well, yeah, I still get cold earlier than others, but I still like the cold. Also, I spent a lot of time in New York growing up because we would always go to New York during the holidays. I want to move somewhat northern at some point, but not anytime soon. Chuck under center, back and fullback behind him. Going to toss this up the middle. The first play of the second half is going to get about 5 up to the 40. So a 2nd and 5 coming up. Chuck under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Man in motion left to right. They're going to toss this left side and going to get about 4. Will be a 3rd and 1 coming up for Devin after the Devin Neal carry. Yeah. Also, depending on where in Florida you go, some areas are just absolutely cellular dead zones, and I hate it. Chuck under center, back and fullback behind him, 3rd and inches. Gonna QB sneak this and gonna get the first. Just fine. Needed about 6 inches, they got a yard. Or about, yeah. So the Saints begin the second half of the first down at least. Yeah, but with Florida, you don't really have an excuse for the cellular dead zone. It's because the entire state is flat as hell. Chuck and shotgun back to his right, two receiving options to each side. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be a gain of about 3. All right. And run defense has been fine today for Miami. I'm not too worried about that. More so just worried about them allowing long drives. Chuck looking to throw in 2nd and 7. Pass left side wide open. Pass the 40 to the 38. Going to be a first down for the Saints. That is Devon Vele on the reception. Yeah, stuff like that. I'm not really liking it. Yeah, like the highest mountain in Florida is like barely 300 feet tall. There's like nothing here. Chuck and shotgun gonna hand this off up the middle for Devin Neal. Gonna have space to about the 32. Yeah, no, there's like no hills in this state. Handoff left side, gonna have space towards the sideline for Devin Neal. Gonna be about a gain of 4. Should be enough for a first. I mean, a running joke in Florida is that the tallest mountain we have is Space Mountain. Obviously, it's not true because again, there's you can find like a 300-foot tall mountain here, but yeah, there's like nothing. And even then, that's more so in northern Florida because they're like barely on the edge of the Appalachians. Chuck and shotgun back to his right on 1st and 10. Can hand this off up the middle, and that'll be a gain of about 2 there for Evan Hull. Yeah, Saints moving the ball well on this drive. Don't love it, but that's where you got out to a 16-0 lead. Look, I've been in areas with hills. Like I visited California before, and we had an Airbnb that was on top of a big hill. So like I've been to those areas. It's just not often. Chuck alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball on the +26, looking to throw. Pressure coming, escaping to his right to buy some time. Still looking, passing right side. And what they're gonna rule this? They're gonna say it's caught along the sideline to the 12. Devon Vele on the reception. The Saints go hurry up. And now he gets his knee in bounds, it seems. There's gonna be a stoppage before the snap. I think Miami's gonna challenge this. It's close. I think I can't. His right knee might be down in bounds. From that angle, it looks like his left knee touched out. That's going to be close. We're into a commercial break as they review this. Miami's challenging the ruling. Yeah, I've heard that. I have a friend who's from Oregon in the Portland area. So I've heard that because he goes to Washington quite frequently. Yeah, that makes sense. Because the western side is the ocean, basically. Yep, at commercial break as they're reviewing the potential 14-yard gain by the Saints. Oh yeah. I know. I'm not sure like the distances and stuff, but whenever I do decide to end up going to Washington at some point, as that is on the list, I wanted to go. I wanted to drive by Eastern Washington University because I want to see their red football field. But comparing that distance to like where Seattle is, I'm not sure how far. Is that something where I would see the logistics of it as I get closer to making that trip. All right, just getting back from commercial break. We'll see what the ruling was on the challenge. And it's going to be upheld. Miami loses a timeout. Yeah, it was just close to tell. I think that's all it was. It was too close to overturn. So it'll be 1st and 10 for New Orleans from the 12th. Uh, there's a penalty now down. As I'm assuming it's a before the snap penalty. Yeah, false start against New Orleans. So it'll be a 1st and 15 from the 17. No, I don't think you have told me about that. All right, 1st and 15. Chuck and shotgun. Back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Ball on the plus 17-yard line. As the Saints are in the red zone for the first time today. Man in motion, right to left. Make it trips left as shotgun to look to throw. Has some time, rolling to his right to buy more. Pass in end zone, wide open. Chris Olave puts the Saints on the board. 17-yard touchdown grab. Ugh. Not a great opening series for the defense. But again, that's why you got out to that 17-0 lead. Or 16-0. And not a great series. Good route from Olave. All right, and they're going to go for 2 to make this a 1-score game. Chuck and shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. The 2-point try is going to be Shuck keeping it himself right side, going for the pylon, and he gets in. It's a 1-score game with 10:39 to play in the 3rd quarter. All right, that's not great. But it's only the opening drive of the quarters and a half, so it's a whatever. And this is why you get out to that 16-0 lead. Yeah, the false start that negated a high snap led to a 6. All right, as we're at commercial break. Oh, what a kick from Houston to make it a 7-point game. All right. Okay, I think I can see where this is going. Yeah. You get to correct. Yeah, that's the issues with that's the issues with overheating phones. Greg gets aggressive those phones. Yeah. I mean, isn't there? I feel like if you bring that into some place earlier on in the process, it probably would have been able to get fixed. But yeah, once it gets aggressive, then gets a little bit tougher. Yeah. As we're just coming back from commercial break, good to see Miami's first drive of the half. All right, so the Saints kick this one away, going to be a squibber that's picked up at about the 6. Gets up past the 20, 25 to about the 27. Yeah, damn. Of the false sense of hope with it, it's great. But all of this, but how like long total did this last? Because if you're able to use it for an extra like week or so, I think it's like it's relatively fine. Tua under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on their own 27. Tight end in motion, right to left. Gonna begin this drive with a handoff left side for Achane. Has space past the 35 to about the 36. A gain of 9. That's a great way to start this drive. Oh, Carolina with a 3-point lead. That game's going fantastic. All right. Yeah, go finish the story first. Tua under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left, man in motion left to right, 2nd and 1. Someone motion to the backfield to act as a fullback. Tight end now in motion left to right. There's movement up front. Handoff up the middle for Achane's going to fight for probably just back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, it'd be a 3rd and 1 coming up. All right. We're like points on this drive. All right, 3rd and 1. 9:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. Tua under center. Back and fullback behind him. Tight end in motion right to left. Gonna play action and look to throw. Tua rolling left. Pass in left side, gonna be dropped by Julian Hill. It wasn't a great throw from Tua, but that's still one he needs to catch. Also, where was Darren Waller on that play? Yeah, not a great throw from Tua. It's behind him, but it's still one you would like him to be able to catch. But Miami goes 3 and out to begin the 2nd half. All right, things are gonna get a little bit scary now. Punt comes off clean. Gonna be fair caught at the 10-yard line. And we're heading to a commercial break after that. Okay. They're gonna end up being completely fine. At least it went through all that only for it to be. And damn. Yeah, that phone was fucked. Dalton Kincaid and Joshua Palmer are inactive today for the Bills. Who else is? I noticed a few other guys were ruled out before the game anyway. There's still that commercial break. Around a month. Okay, that's not bad. At least it wasn't like out of the blue, like 2-3 days timeline with it. Be able to use it for an extra month after it started getting after it got initially messed up. That's not bad. Yep, still that commercial break. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Miami only up by 1 score, even though it feels like they should be up by more. Yeah. The Saints had more yards in that opening drive of the half than they did the entire first half. That is something. Chuck and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Man in motion left to right. First and 10 from their own 10-yard line. Handoff up the middle is going to get about a yard, maybe 2. You don't need to hold them to a 3 and out, but hold them to a punt. Make it so you get the ball back still up by 8 and a chance to make it a 2-score game. Duck and shotgun back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Second and 8 from the 12, going to play action to look to throw, and there is a penalty before the snap. Going to be a false start against the Saints. Push them back, hell yeah. Yeah. All right, so it's going to be a 2nd and 13 from their own 7. But if the defense wants to make it a 2-score game and still give the ball back to the offense with a safety here, I'm not complaining. Duck and shotgun back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on their own 7, 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. Duck looking to throw. Pressure coming, pass over the middle is going to be high and caught. What a catch for the first. I mean, that's just a great catch. But I believe that's Devon Vele on the reception. He went up for that one. Yeah, that's a great catch. Can't be too upset about it. Duck gonna play action to look to throw once again. Pass over the middle is another great catch from Vele through the contact. God damn, someone stop this man. He has had 3 great catches in this half already. And the Saints going up tempo. Shuck and shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Ball now on their own 33-yard line. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be only a gain of a yard for Devin Neal. We had 3 great catches from Devon Vele to move the Saints from their own end zone to the past the 30. Duck looking to throw in 2nd and 9. Pass right side going to be caught, and fighting his way for the first up to the 45 is Jawan Johnson. Hey, Tyler Warren got on the board. So Yeah, about a month. Chuck looking to throw once again. Rolling to his right to buy some time. Just going to throw this one at the feet of Devin Neal. So a 2nd and 10 coming up. All right. Second and 10. Chuck in shotgun. Back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. And there's going to be penalties before the snap. Can believe a false start against the Saints? Yeah, false start against the Saints. There's going to be a 2nd and 15. Kevin Banks called for the false start. Yeah, I think you got a new phone at the right time with it. Because you would rather it still have some life in it and get a new phone than it be completely dead by the time you get a new phone. There's no possibility of moving stuff over. Chuck and shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side, looking to throw in 2nd and 15. Pressure coming and sacked back at the 38. It's Chop Robinson on the sack and a 3rd and long coming up. About time we get home with some pressure. It's felt like Miami has been so close the past few drives in terms of getting home with pressure. They finally do there, and it's a 3rd and 17 coming up. Force the punt, give your offense the ball back up by 8. All you have to do. Shuck and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Motion in the back out wide to the right. Play clock winding down to get the snap off. Shuck looking to throw. Has time. Dump off. Left side. Just get up and make the tackle, and they do. Juwan Johnson only gets about 3 or 4, and not going to be enough for the first, and the Dolphins force a punt. There we go. Now the offense needs to just score. The offense just needs to get points. Oh, Darius Slay is a healthy scratch. All right. So the punt comes off clean. And it's going to take a nice bounce and be down at the 4. What a punt. All right, so Miami's going to start this drive back up in their own territory. We head to commercial break. Yeah. There's the official announcement. Lane Kiffin becoming the head coach at LSU. Ole Miss is going to be in a weird spot the next few weeks for the playoffs. And Ole Miss immediately hires their new head coach as well, and former defensive coordinator Pete Golden. And it's going to be a very interesting next few weeks for Ole Miss. We're still at commercial break. We're on their own 4-yard line, man. It's going to be tough to get points out of this. Just don't go 3 and out. Have a decently solid drive building here. If you can get it to the 4th quarter, I'll feel relatively fine. Yep, still at commercial break. Houston trying to get something going. I can be able to. That game only has a minute and a half left in the third. Jeez. Yeah. That's fair as well with all that. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Tua in shotgun. Back to his left. Ball on their own 4. Handoff up the middle for Jalen Wright's going to get past the 5 to the 6. A gain of roughly 2. They're going to rule it a gain of 3. I'll take it. It has not been the best of games for this offense. That was Tua's 14th interception this season earlier on. God damn. Tua in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Man in motion, right to left. Going to look to throw. Trying to buy some time. Rolling to his left. Going to take it himself and slide down at the 10. Perfect. You make it a 3rd and 5, just about. Maybe 3rd and 4. And you get the ball to the 10-yard line. That's all you need to do when you scramble. Is just get 3 or so yards and get down. Now you make it a much better 3rd down situation. Three and a half to play in the 3rd. Tua in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. You need the 14-yard line for a fresh set of downs. Tua looking to throw. Stepping up, buying time. Pass over the middle. Caught for the 1st and more. Down to about the 30. It's Greg Dulcich on the reception. And the Dolphins keep the chains moving. There we go. It's a simple throw over the middle. Give it to your big body tight end against a smaller framed corner. And hopefully see if he comes down with it. That's Tennessee for you. Tua in shotgun, back behind him. Gonna keep it himself left side, throwing left. He'd be caught by Waddle with space. Down to about the 45. All right, there's that somewhat RPO Miami likes to run. 2.5 to play in the 3rd. 1st and 10 from the 44. Or you're gonna say the 45 now. Again, with Jacksonville, there is time in this, technically. Because they've given up a lot of points unanswered before. In 1 quarter of play. Tua in shotgun, back behind him. 3 receivers to the right. Man in motion, right to left. Gonna hand this off up the middle for Achane, who's going to get to... about the 47, with the pile being pushed. Gonna be a gain of 2 or 3. I don't think it was the fact that Seattle's defense is that bad. I think it was just y'all took them lightly. And Jacksonville's not going to do that in the divisional game. All right, Tua in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to quick throw left to Malik Washington, who's going to make 1 man miss, make a 2nd miss, and find a way to get about 3. All right, makes it a 3rd and about 6. Need to be able to get this first. Third and 5. 50 seconds to play in the 3rd. Yeah, and injuries as well. Tua in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers to each side, looking to throw. Penalty marker down. Pressure coming and sacked at the 42. Somehow be offsides, but I think it's going to be an illegal formation. Yeah, it's a legal formation against Miami. That would be declined. Ugh. Alright, I mean, they did what the bottom line was for that drive, which is get to roughly midfield and get this to the fourth quarter. But man, you needed something else out of this quarter. Yeah, just got beat up the middle. All right, so they'll punt this one away. I hope that the defense can make another stand. So punt comes off clean. It's going to be fair caught at the 11. I'm fine with that. 15 seconds remaining in the third. Oh, man, this is not a great look coming off your bye week. One more play is needed by the Saints. Hey, the Giants might be able to get in Jackson Dart back. I think it's gonna be a closer game than people can give it credit for. All right, Shuck under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Ball on the 12-yard line. Man in motion left to right. Shuck gonna hand this off up the middle, and there's gonna be space past the 15 to about the 17. Gain of roughly 5, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. 15 minutes left. Miami only up by 8 in a game that they really should be up by more on. They wasted opportunities in the first half. And we'll see if they can hang on with playoff hopes still alive and needing to win out. We will see. We head to commercial break. Okay, I could definitely see the Patriots losing. I think it will take an insane effort by the Giants, though. That's one of those we'll see type of things. All right, waiting for the start of the fourth quarter. Again, I'll be live with the Bills and Steelers at about 4:25. So stick around for that. And I'll also be live tonight for Broncos Commanders, and what's going to be one of those type of games, you can say. Don't we have any real expectations for that one? Puka Nakua, man, what a catch. And we're still at commercial break. Hey, we'll see how this goes. The defense has been playing well enough. Would like a bit more from the offense, but you find a way to get the win. That's all that matters right now. You can regroup for the Jets next week. But this has not been a great offensive showing. We will see. Still at commercial break. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Chuck and shotgun. Gonna keep it himself up the middle for about 2. Gonna be a 3rd and short. Fantastic. It might be in and out until we get to the next commercials. 3rd down to give the offense a chance. Yeah. Ugh. Love college internet. I cannot wait to get back down south at the end of the week. Ugh. I'm not sure if there's much I can really do with this until after the stream because of just reasons. Behind them, 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on about the 47. Gonna play action and look to throw. Rolling left to buy some time. Passing left side gonna be... Is that intercepted? No, they're ruling it incomplete. Okay. It is just constant. This laptop. Ugh. Fucking love the college. Why is this fucking... Alright, the Saints are gonna challenge that that first throw was incomplete. The thing is, typically for these streams I go off. Of course, this laptop does not have Ethernet. We might just have to make do with this. Actually, me. Okay. Saints are gonna lose a timeout on the failed challenge. It is still incomplete. I have no idea what's going on with this. Tua in shotgun, 3-32. Why is it? Good run by Achan, but I can't even. Ugh. I need to turn this on. I just need to see what's happening with this. I legit don't think I can do anything about this until after streams. We just have to deal with it for the final quarter. First and 10 from the +21. Tua in shotgun back to his left. Going to hand this off left side for Achan, who has space past the 20, past the 15, and down to about the 12. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do about this until after stream because Tua in shotgun, going to look to throw in first and 10. Has some time, pass in the end zone's going to be incomplete, looking for Waller. Nice, and... trying to throw it at the feet. No. Oh, fucking... Oh, man. I have an idea. It's not gonna work though, because my hotspot's shit as well. Tua in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Going to look to throw once again. Pressure coming, Tua sacked at the 15. Riley Patterson hits him 33. I'm gonna hopefully just last the rest of the game so I can try and figure this out. Riley Patterson hit from 33 yards out in the left hash to give Miami an 11-point lead, which hopefully should be enough. I'm gonna hope that it's just in this. Am I good now? Thank fuck. I hate this. I cannot wait to be done with this semester, man. The fact I'm here for a week is pointless as hell, but whatever. Ugh. What I did to fix to fix this right now is I forgot the main internet. I went to the settings and just said forget network for the main internet. So the only part that's connected is the extension. I was like, maybe that's part of the issue. I'm probably gonna try and rejoin it in between games. I just did not have another idea. I fucking hate it being up here right now. Because like on Thursday and Friday, like it was so nice not having to worry about any potential internet mess ups. And then I'm back here for this, and I'm just like, ugh. Why? Like I feel like for like an hour before stream, I was trying to connect to the proper internet source. It just wouldn't let me. It's annoying, but whatever. Oh, as long as Miami can hold on to this, we'll be fine. So anyway, what was the conversation? You're back. What do you mean you're gonna lose to Punko, man? No, you know. If so, you're lucky this is the final week of the regular season for us. Oh yeah, I forgot that Zay Flowers got you points. Yeah, you might. Crazy. Alright, just coming back from commercial break after Miami took the 11-point lead. Back up by 2 scores. You like to see that. Going to be returned beginning from the 5. Room out past the 20 to about the 25, maybe 26. I could see them having a 20-pointer. That's the thing with it. Like, they're going against Commanders team that is not very good. So I could see them having a 20-pointer. I mean, do we know if Jaden Daniels is playing in this game? No, he's not. So yeah, Broncos should be able to put up a decent showing tonight on defense. Chuck under center, play action looking to throw, rolling right. Passing right side can be caught by Juwan Johnson for about 5 or 6. But Rams Panthers is just a shootout right now. My God. 31-28's the score currently. God damn. Chuck and shotgun back to his left. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be enough for a first down for Evan Hull. Gets about 5. So Shuck and shotgun back to his left. Gonna play action and look to throw. Stepping up, trying to buy some time. Now gonna take it himself and sliding down at the 42. Can we get a QB spy on him, please? Because his mobility has been messing with us the entire game. Chuck and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Play action looking to throw. Pass is batted away at the line. Incomplete. It's Cameron Good with the deflection at the line and a third down coming up. Hell yeah. Cameron Good is someone who's been on the team for a while, but hasn't really gotten a true chance on defense. He's been a specialist player for us. Hey, there's him making the play. You love to see that out of him. So 3rd and 4, Shuck and shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Ball on the 44-yard line. They need about the 48. Play clock winding down. To get the snap off as Shuck looks to throw. Pass right side, going to be caught by Juwan Johnson to the 49. 8 minutes to play in the game. So Shuck going to play action and look to throw in first down. Going to pass left side. Cod breaks off one tackle and has space. Down past the 40 to the 39 will be enough for a first down. Defense played fantastically in the first half. Not so much since then. All right, and there's a Dolphins slow to get up with 7.5 to play in the fourth and play in the game. Gonna head to an injury timeout, I believe. Oh, it's Mika Fitzpatrick who's slow to get up. That's fantastic. Mason Tipton on the reception there. That's just great. Seven and a half to play in the game. If the defense makes one more play, or if the offense can do something on their next drive, they're sitting pretty fine. Shuck and shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on the just about the 40-yard line of Miami. Shuck making some adjustments at the line. Going to look to throw. Pressure coming, trying to escape to his left, and just going to throw this one away incomplete. All right. 7 minutes to play in the game. So Shuck and shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side, looking to throw, dump off right side to Devin Neal. Is going to get about 2 before being brought down. 3rd and 8 coming up. This is the spot where you want the defense to make a stand. Third and 8. Shuck and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Come on, make the stand, defense. 6.5 to play in the game. Shuck making adjustments at the line. 10 seconds on the play clock. Making more adjustments at the line. Play clock still winding down. They get the snap off as Shuck looks to throw. Has time. Pass left side. Going to be off the mark and incomplete. Defense makes the stand. Is Jack Jones in coverage? And the Saints will punt, I believe. Unless they want to get a long field goal try here. Looking for Mason Tipton on the left side. Put just too much into it. They're going to send out the field goal unit to make this a 1-score game. Going to be a 55-yard kick for Charlie Smith. His first career field goal attempt, as he was just signed this past week. 56 yards in the right hash. Kick is up And it is good. Right down the middle. What a kick. And it's back to an 8-point game with 6 minutes to play. What a kick. All right. Hey, still up by 8. The offense just needs one more somewhat decent drive. We're going to head to a commercial break. And with that, I'll quickly be right back. All right. I am back. Still that commercial break. All right. The offense just needs one drive. Offense just needs one more drive. That's at least solid. It can get a field goal. You get back up 2 scores, you probably win this game. All right, just getting back from commercial break. 56-yard field goal from Charlie Smith made it an 8-point game. Because Miami's about to get the ball back. Up by 8. You get points, you probably win. It's not going to be a great win, but it'll be a win. Kickoff underway. Going to be bouncing out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Miami will begin from the 35. Do you have good field position? You just need a field goal. Just need a field goal. .608 to play in the game. Tua under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Man in motion towards the backfield as Tua's going to hand this off up the middle. And there's space past the 40 to about the 41 for Devon Achane. All right, I like the running the ball and just getting Achane the ball type of stuff here. You want to kill clock and you want to move the ball well. That's what Devon Achane's for. Yeah, there was a missed face mask, but whatever. Tua under center, back behind him. Miami goes 6 linemen set. Ball on the 41. Toss right side for Devon Achane. Going to have some decent blocking for a first and down to the 48-49. All right, I like it. Just under 5 minutes to play in the game. Just keep this up. Running the ball is working well right now. And of course, Age hands off the field. Tua under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Man in motion right to left. Play action looking to throw. Tua pass left side going to be caught to the 50 by Greg Dulcich. A gain of only about 2. 4.5 to play, and the clock continues to run. Don't love the play call, but it worked. Barely it worked. It's a great catch. Ruled it a gain of 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7. Tua under center, back and fullback behind him. Ball just past midfield at the 49. Toss right side for Devon Achane. Gonna have space to the 46. Gonna make it a 3rd and manageable. But still not. Okay. Third and 4. You convert this, you go a long way to ending this game. Wow. Carolina getting that win today. The NFL is a mess. Tua in shotgun, back to his right. Going to look to throw. Pressure coming quick. Avoids one would-be sack. Takes it himself, and Tua slides down. Are they going to say that he gets the first? It's close. Tua thinks he got it. The spot seems to be short. It depends when he started the slide. I like Tua using his mobility a bit there to try and move the chain. Something we don't see a lot from him. That's close. I don't think he has it. It would be a 4th and inches. Yeah, no, I think he's short. Alright, do you go for it? It's 4th and inches. You're not a great. You're a decent enough team in short yardage. You have Ollie Gordon. The Saints call their 2nd timeout. You at the very least keep the offense on the field to try and get him to jump off sides. At the very least, you do that. From there, we'll see. Yeah, the offense is going to stay on the field. Tua under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. I don't love not having a fullback in there. There you go. Motion someone to the backfield as a fullback. The handoff up the middle, and Gordon loses 2. All right, turnover on downs with 3 minutes to play. Here's to hope the defense can make a stand. That's a game I need to go back through to figure out kind of what happened in. Because it's the case where I feel like the Rams still played decently well in that game, so I might not drop them too much. That is a very impressive win for the Panthers. Yeah. Kool-Aid McKinstry unblocked off the right side. Able to blow up the play that was going left. That's unfortunate. I don't think he gets it anyway. I like the aggressiveness. I like the handoff. I like the give to Gordon mindset. I don't like the formation, and I don't like the play call. If you're gonna give it to Gordon up the middle, just give it to him up the middle. Don't go counter left with this. Chuck and shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. 3 minutes to play. Saints down by 8. The best they can do is tie. Chuck looking to throw. Pressure coming, escaping to his right, buying time. Throwing this one out of bounds, incomplete. A throwaway. Saints only have 1 timeout. If the defense makes a stand, you win the game. But man, this game should not be an 8-point game at this point. Miami should be able to handle this one so much better. especially with how the first half went. You get up to that 16-0 lead early. This game should have been so much more in Miami's favor. Chuck and shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Looking to throw once again. Pass right side, gonna be caught past the 45 to the 43. Devon Vele, he is having an incredible game. Some of the catches he's making are insane. Chuck and shotgun, back to his left. Looking to throw once again. Pump faking, rolling right to buy some time. Passing gonna be incomplete along the sideline. Looking for Vele once again. A penalty in the backfield gonna be holding against the Saints. Alright, that makes up for it. You push them back 10 off the penalty. The Chicago Bears have the 1 seed in the NFC. I hate everything. What? What? What timeline are we in? What year is it? And yep, holding against the Saints is the call. It will be a 1st and 20. Chuck and shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Man in motion, right to left. That is Chris Olave in motion. What could be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Chuck looking to throw. Pressure coming. Sidestep left. Passing left. Going to be caught by Vele up past midfield to the 49. Only a gain of 4. Going to be a 2nd and 16. And the clock will run. I imagine this gets to the 2-minute warning. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Saints want to get another snap off. They go hurry up. Chuck and shotgun, back to his right. They're going to snap this ball. Looking to throw. Has time. Dump off over the middle. Caught by Devin Neal. He's going to get to about the 40. And that's the 2-minute warning. 3rd down coming up for the Saints. In an 8-point game. That should be so much more in Miami's favor. Going to be a 3rd and 6 when we get back from commercial break. This is not the 80s. Fox, if this was the 80s, Miami would be fighting for for a Super Bowl. This is much more so like 2014 or 2006. If this was the 80s, we're talking about Miami being a top seed in the AFC, and that's just not the case. Alright. Commercial break with 2 minutes to play. At commercial break. All right. Still at commercial break. At commercial break. This commercial break is feeling longer than the others. This game is closer than it should be. Alright, just getting back from commercial break. Third and 6, Chuck in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, motioning a receiver from the left into the backfield. Who on this defense is going to make a play? Making adjustments at the line. Chuck looking to throw. Has time. Pass right side wide open inside the 25 to the 23 is Chris Olave. Oh my God. Alright, they're going hurry up. Chuck in shotgun. Back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Looking to throw once again. Quick pass right side caught by Vele. Down to about the 15. Gain of about 8. They're still going up tempo here. Again, all the best the Saints can do is tie this game. So Miami is going to have a chance to win. Chuck looking to throw in 2nd and 2. Has time. Rolling to his right. Passing for the end zone. It's Devon Vele. And the Saints are a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up. What a throw on the move. And Devon Vele is having a career game against this Dolphins defenses, especially in this second half, with some incredible catches. And Miami was once up 16-0 at halftime. They find themselves only up by 2 with a minute 20 to play, a minute 17. You get the stand on a 2-point conversion. You're going to force the onside kick attempt. You're still in the position to win this game. But this game should not be even close to being tied. Chuck and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. And there's movement before the snap. A false start against the Saints. Gonna make it a long 2-point try if they have to go for 2. Because if you don't tie the game here, you hopefully pretty much lose. Honestly, this might be a blessing in disguise for them. It gives them more space to work with. Alright, Chuck and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. 2-point try from the 7. Make the stand. Chuck looking to throw. Has time. Pass right side. Intercepted! It's picked off! And going the other way with it. The 50, 45, 40. Mika Fitzpatrick calls game. It's a pick 2 for the Dolphins. They go up 21-17 with a minute 17 to play. Oh my. A 98-yard pick 2. And that should do it. Miami now up by 4. Even if the Saints get the onside kick, they'll need a touchdown. Mika Fitzpatrick called game with a house. He went for Devon Vele. He looked for Devon Vele, and I do not blame him on that. That's the exact read. That's exactly how you want to throw it to. But Mika Fitzpatrick, man. All right, the onside kick coming up. And that false start helped Miami out so much. All right, so here comes the onside kick. If Miami gets it, they win. The game's over, they win. The Saints get it, they're given a chance. All right, here comes the onside kick. They're going to watermelon kick this. This is the Saints' first onside kick attempt of the season. To keep the game alive. And Miami's going to call their second timeout. Ugh. All right, so after the Miami timeout, they're setting up for the onside kick once again. All right. Miami recovers this, they win. If not, the Saints have a chance, but they'll need 6. Onside kick underway. And the Saints got it. They're saying he touched it at exactly 5 yards. No one from Miami even tried. Are you kidding me? Someone tried to get the ball. Okay, no, he touched it before the 5-yard mark. Oh my fuck. Miami just got lucky again. He touched it just before the 5-yard mark. God, this game. Bro, someone tried to get the ball though. And force weird bounces and shit. Because he touches it just barely before it gets to the 40. Or the 45, I should say. Yeah, that ball's not quite there yet at the 45. Yeah, he touches it while it's at like the 45 and a half. Miami just got very lucky. But it's Devon Vele. Once again, he's having an incredible game. He's been the reason the Saints are in this. He's playing incredible today. He's making play after play for this Saints team. Some incredible catches. This almost onside kick recovery. Because no one from Miami touches it. And he gets it just before the 45. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when he has possession. He touched it before the 45-yard line. Yeah, that's going to be illegal touching on the Saints. They're still reviewing this. But it should be Miami ball. They're taking their sweet time to review this, as the Texans just beat the Colts. That's a nice win for them. Yeah, no one from Miami seems to have touched it. I think that's what they're trying to figure out. Because he definitely touches it before the 45. It's just, did someone from the Dolphins touch this ball? I don't think anyone did. Yeah, they're looking to see if it's made contact there. Any change in spin? No. They're saying it did. Call stands. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? There's a minute 15 to play. Saints got their onside kick because it. Again, how does no one on this team even try to actually recover the onside kick? Someone on this team needs to actually go down and get this ball. Force weird bounces on it, or come on. The fact that no one even tried to recover the onside kick is insane to me. Like, someone has to try to recover the onside kick. All right, shuck and shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Ball in just about the 45.5-yard line. They need 55 yards for the win, or for the lead. They're down by 4. 2 receiving options in backfield. Chuck looking to throw. Has time. Pass over the middle is caught by Chris Olave to the other 45. No, there's been, I think, a few other in the season, but it's very rare like that. Chuck and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side, looking to throw. Has time, dump off over the middle, caught by Devin Neal. He gets to the 35 before being brought down. They're moving the ball too easily, so move up. You can't be giving them 10-yard checkdowns when they need only 35 yards. Chuck looking to throw once again. Deep shot, right side for the end zone. Oh my God, it's incomplete. But it goes through the arms of Chris Olave. Dude, why are we playing prevent defense? Like, why are we playing prevent? Prevent defense does not work. Because it allows them to move down the field way too easily. You play prevent when there's like under 10 seconds left, not when there's a minute to play. 3rd and 1, Chuck and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Play clock winding down to get the snap off. Chuck looking to throw. Pressure coming. Pass right side, going to be a throwaway, incomplete. 4th and 1, it comes down to this. As the Jaguars are now tied for first place in the AFC South. 4th and 1, you make the stand, it's game. The Saints can do anything on this because they have 1 timeout. This game was led by the defense early on. It's going to have to be won by the defense. Chuck under center, back behind him. They're going to QB sneak this. I'm not sure he got it. I think he's just short. That spot tells me he's short. There's the ruling. Miami makes the stand. End this game. Please. Just end this game already. This has been a mess from Miami's standpoint. At least offensively. Because the Panthers are a team you can't predict how they'll play any week. They're one of the more bipolar teams in the league. They played a great game offensively today. So Miami, off of their bye week, sneaks away with a win. But they should have won by more. They should have lost this game. And just all around, this was ugly from pretty much everyone but the defense. And there's the kneel down. Miami has won 4 of their last 5. They are a game back of the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoff standings. Depending on the outcome of the Bills and Steelers in about 30 minutes, they might be 2 games back of Buffalo with, I believe, the tiebreaker. Yeah, and the Bears. The Bears are now in first place of the NFC. But all right, that will do it. I'll be live in about 30-ish minutes. For 20-ish minutes, I'm going to go live with the Bills and Steelers. Hope to see you all there. I have post-game to record real quick. Yeah, but see you all there for Bills Steelers. Have yourselves a damn good one. See you all next time. Peace.